Now we'll proceed to next point, that is restructuring of constituency. Again, that is given that total number of member in Lok Sabha is 543. We know that how many members are there in Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. Lok Sabha members are more compared to Rajya Sabha. How are these members elected? You know that these members are elected through election. Every member represent one constituency. So I told you just now. Every member represent one constituency. It means there are 543 constituency of Lok Sabha. Creating constituency is the responsibility of delimitation commission of election commission. The delimitation commission does not come to any pressure while restructuring the constituency. See children, already I told you that the election commission is an autonomous body. Understood? Is an autonomous body. That means it can take its own decision. So the limitation is not there. So they can take any type of decision depending upon their present situation or depending upon the constituency and what type of decision it is welcomed by all authorities or president and prime minister. So election commission, it does not come to any pressure because there is no pressure. They are autonomous. So they can take any type of decision, and as it is autonomous body, so there is no pressure while restructuring the constituency. They can restructure constituency depending upon the population. See, listen children very carefully. Constituency number of people, it depends upon that how much population is there. If some place, for example, some places in our country, they are very remote. If they are situated a very remote place, there is very less population. So those place which is having very less population, they are supposed to merge with the place which is nearby having more population. So constituency, number of constituency depend upon the number of population. Remember this. So election commission, it decides the number of constituency according to the population. So while restructuring the constituency, election commission can take any type of decision. Next, very important, what is code of conduct? You know, code of conduct is very important for the voters as well as the candidates. To ensure free and fair in India, the election commission has adopted several measures. The code of conduct is one of the measures adopted by election commission. In the last few decades, the election commission has used its power to control malpractices. Underline this line. Use its power to control malpractices during election. Children, what is malpractices? Yes, malpractices means to give bribe, to have corruption, to give money to the people so that they will cast the particular candidates. So this type of malpractices should not be there during election, and it is the duty of election commissioner to look after this matter. The code of conduct explains the rules that are to be followed by government, political parties and voters before elections and during elections. So what happens when election date is announced and till the result of the date is announced, some type of code of conduct is given to the political parties, to the government and the voters. So it is very important for the people to follow that code of conduct. Even the government cannot violate these rules. Understood children? Remember this, underline this point. Even government cannot violate these rules. Due to the strict observance of code of conduct in last few elections, the common voters have become confident. So why the people are very confident? Why they have faith on election commissioner? Because it is a duty of election commissioner to look after whether the candidate or whether authorities they have adopted any type of malpractices. So this should not be done. Now the rules have been so strict. Because of this electronic wave machine, it is very helpful and it is very easy to conduct election in a very short span of time. Otherwise, if you'll see before 1960, during the year 1950-51, and during that time, it took 1 month to announce the result. You know, that time the ballot box was there and it was so long process. So code of conduct is very important for the voters also. The people who are going to cast their vote, so they should reach the polling booth or the place where they are supposed to cast their vote at the correct time. After 5 o'clock, now the government has given relaxation till 7 o'clock. So they should come to a very particular time. Time should be observed. and all these things. They should stand in queue, they should bring their voter ID cards. So many things are to be observed by voters also. So this is code of conduct. Now next point is challenges. Challenges in conducting free and fair elections.